Good evening, everyone. We're going to start our webinar, today's webinar. My name is Shivika. Today's webinar is on bringing student back to the school, brought to you by Varthana. Varthana is a non-banking finance company. Our core business is to provide loans to school, but along with that, we also provide a lot of education solution uh, to different school for holistic development of the school. Thank you for joining us today. Before we move ahead, I'm gonna share some guideline. This is a Zoho platform, so there is no chat box available. If you want to put any comment, you can put it on the Q&A section given. We'll be also launching some polls. You can pick choose option and submit your polls. Also, you won't be able to speak until unless we give you the permission, because this is a webinar platform. So in case if you want to share something, either you can put it in Q&A section or you can raise your hand. Thank you. Vaishala, can you just please move to the next slide? So before I jump into today's agenda, we'll just run a poll to understand which is the preferred language for today's webinar, which language you want us to take this webinar in. So I'm launching a poll. Please opt for your options and submit it. पोल इज लॉन्च्ड. आप लोग अपनी स्क्रीन पे जाके अपना प्रेफर्ड लैंग्वेज वोट कर सकते हैं एंड उसके अकॉर्डिंग Okay, so 70% of the people have said English, but there are few people जिनको हिंदी में भी webinar चाहिए. So I'll keep 80% of English and 20% of Hindi for today's webinar. I am publishing the result for the same. So thank you everyone for your responses. We'll start with today's agenda. आज के webinar का agenda क्या है? So basically bringing student back to the school is more focused on जो enrollment decline हुआ है उसको कैसे school cover up कर सकते हैं या किस तरीके की strategies they can form to form for their school to get these admissions back. So today's agenda is we'll start with introduction and session objective, followed by impact on school, especially on enrollment pre and post COVID-19, strategies to increase enrollment, Varthana program, a brief about programs offered by Varthana, and followed by feedback and closing. We'll start with the introduction. Please move to the next slide. So here I'll request everyone, introduction slide please. I'll request everyone to put their name and their school name in the chat box and if possible location as well. And also we'll be launching a poll to understand the participant profile. So I'll just request everyone to put their name and school name in the chat box and post that I'll launch a Q&A. Okay, Lalita ma'am, Hippocampus, thank you. Okay, I'll just launch a poll. By the time, if anyone else wants to share their name and their school or organization, please put it in the Q&A section. I'm going to launch another poll. Please pick your profile and submit the responses. Going to wait for another 30 seconds for closing this poll. Thank you, everyone. I think most of the people are from organizations, some school leaders and some coordinators. So I'm sure this webinar is going to be helpful and there would be some takeaways by the end of the session. So moving on, can we just have the next slide, please? start with a bit of context how COVID-19 has impacted and how it has impacted especially education sector. So we all know that COVID-19 has impacted education and institute to a great extent in compared to other sector. 180 countries were under mandatory temporary shutdown. Around 1.6 billion was out of school worldwide, and even in India, 320 million students were affected because of pandemic. So this was the impact, and because of this closure and these impact on education, there is decline in enrollment again. Can we please move to the next slide? So let's discuss among ourselves that what is the situation, current situation in school is like still schools are getting the same strength. What sort of issues they are facing? So here again, I'm going to launch a poll. Key, what is your current student strength? Is it like increase, decrease, or there is no change? And moving, and we'll take it up from there. I'm going to launch the other poll. Will provide 30 seconds. Please opt for your option and submit it. सो कोविड-19 का किस तरीके का इम्पैक्ट रहा है आपके स्टूडेंट स्ट्रेंथ में? स्टूडेंट स्ट्रेंथ इंक्रीज हुई है, डिक्रीज हुई है, या इट्स सेम? ओके, we'll request everyone to please vote. So maximum vote we have received for decrease in the strength. We all know that this is the reality we are facing, and this is one of the biggest challenge school is facing at this point, along with fee collection. And there are still a lot of parents who are still not sending back to the school. So would like to hear it from you all. What is the situation in your area and your school, whether parents are willing to send back to school students to school or not? So I'm going to launch another poll to understand that. Please respond. Thank you everyone for your participation. I'm gonna wait for another 10 seconds and then publish the result. So results clearly show that parents are still not willing to send student back to the school, and we all are facing this reality in our school. The one of the major reasons is there are a lot of migration from to government school from private school. Also, for especially pre-primary, health and safety is one of the concern. Parents don't mind their kids not going to school for few months or for years, but the safety and health is a major concern. And there's a lot of data and research showing that there is clear migration. The enrollment has increased in government school in compared to previous year, and primary parents and a lot of parents are still not willing to send their student to the school. And even if they're sending, there are some priorities which they are focusing on. We'll also cover that. Can we have the next slide, please? So as we have clearly understand that there are challenges related to enrollment, parents a lack of willingness to send their kids back to the school. There is shift from the school. So today webinar will help us to learn and understand how to serve these parents better, and how to market your school in your area, to get the maximum enrollment for the current academic year, also in future. So today's objective is to understand what customer wants from the school. The priority has shifted and changed. Earlier, maybe the priority was only getting good education, getting affordable education, but now the safety concerns are there. Now how much a school is able to teach in a hybrid model, these are the new needs which has came post pandemic. It's again important to go back and understand what customer wants, and also we'll learn how to communicate your school value to these customers to get the maximum benefit out of it. So we'll be focusing on it today. Can we please have the next slide? So we'll start with some basic concept because this it's a process of like marketing and advertising. So we'll start with a few basic concept of marketing and advertising. So here on the screen you can see image of two images on the screen. Can you just share which brand do you recognize and why? दो images दिए हुए हैं, आप इनमें से कौन सा brand recognize कर पा रहे हैं and क्यों? I'm going to launch a poll for this. You can put your options there. I have started the poll. आप इनमें से कौन सा brand, which brand you are able to recognize, and if someone wants to share why you are able to recognize, please put your answer in the Q&A section. There is no chat box on this platform. Okay, great. So I have published the result. Most of the people have said that they are able to recognize Amul because we all have heard it somewhere. We all have seen it somewhere. It's positioned in the market where people see the image and they recognize it. They understand that they are able to relate it. So marketing help people to like relate with the product and avail the product and services. So the marketing is a process to understand the customer needs and serve them according to their needs. And advertisement is a component of marketing where you promote the product and services through different mediums. So we have discussed this because moving on, we'll be understanding more in depth how we can start using it in our school to get maximum enrollment. Can we please have the next slide? So, as I have said that it's very important to understand what customer wants and serve them accordingly. Because without knowing what they want, maybe a lot of efforts are going in vain. So, we'll take our first step from here. Can we please have the next slide? So understanding customer is understanding their motivation. So for example, if you are in a market, if you're going to buy something in the market, you have a motivation to buy some product. So for example, if I have to buy a laptop, so what is my motivation? Is it because it's required for my work? What sort of work I'm indulged in? So it's important. There is always a motive to make a purchase, and there is always a motive to join a gym or join a particular college. So it's important to understand what is the customer motivation, what are the things what motivates them. So in the context of understanding what a customer wants, it's important to understand what is their motivation. And in school context, if there is a shift or transition out of student from school, why they are moving out of the school, it's important for a school to maintain and track these data, analyze it, and work accordingly. So if school have this information already, it's good. Otherwise, this can always be like collected with the help of a market research. So I'll talk a bit about what is market research. So market research एक organized effort है information gather करने का target audience के related. कि आप किसको सर्व कर रहे हैं उनसे रिलेटेड इंफॉर्मेशन गैदर करना, ये समझने का एफर्ट है कि व्हाट मोटिवेट्स देम, व्हाट आर द प्रेफरेंसेस, सेटिस्फेक्शन लेवल कैसा है, एंड प्राइस पॉइंट क्या कंसिडर करते हैं जब वो कोई चीज खरीदते हैं. So market research is a systematic effort to understand your customer and serve them and try to get an insight what serves their motive in the best possible way. But to start any of these things, it's important to understand who is your target customer. There are a lot of people out there. We cannot provide one product and one services to everyone. We have to tap the right person. So for that, it's important to identify and segment your target customer. वो कौन से लोग हैं जिनको आप सर्व करेंगे. So in the context of school, again, your target customer maybe from your nearby area or till like you may want to reach out to 5 kilometers in the radius to a particular income segment. So it's important to identify a target customer before jumping and working on tools and other market research related things. So it's also important what drives a customer. So for example, again, I'll put it here. जो ड्राइविंग फैक्टर्स होते हैं किसी भी चीज को खरीदने के लिए, अगेन इन आवर कॉन्टेक्स्ट, if I'm going to buy something, I consider the cost, the quality, and the reputation of brand. These are the few driving factors which I, as a consumer, consider. So, for example, and again, the target segment varies for these like different customer get driven by different factors. So, for example, there's a customer who wants a good camera phone. They may consider affordable price, good camera quality, or good basic features, and brand is not that much preference for them, but the preference is affordability and a bit of quality. But if there is an iPhone user, and if there is a client who wants to buy iPhone, their focus or cost is not a driving factor for them. It's affordable for them. Quality and brand and reputation is something they are focusing on. So it's important to understand in your school context. So if there is the people you're targeting, what drives them in the area? Is it like, are they they consider cost, do they consider quality, or the brand and the reputation? And then project your product and services which serves their motive and which fulfills their drive. Can we please have the next slide? We have discussed that what is a target audience. It's important to do a market research. We'll also talk about how to make a market research tool to conduct these market research. So far, we have understood that it's important to do a market research to serve people's need better. So it's important once you know that it's important to understand the customer, what they want. It's important to define a research objective, what you're trying to learn and what you're trying to figure out in your school context. So आपका जो आपके एरिया में जिन लोगों को आप टारगेट कर रहे हैं उनको समझने की जरूरत है. उसके लिए एक बहुत क्लियर रिसर्च ऑब्जेक्टिव डिफाइन करने की जरूरत है कि आप अगर एक मार्केट रिसर्च कंडक्ट कर रहे हैं तो आप किस मोटिव्स के साथ, क्या आपके क्वेश्चंस हैं जिनको, या आपकी कौन से ब्रॉडर थीम्स हैं जिनको आप एक्सप्लोर करके उसके बारे में और जानना चाहेंगे. उसके लिए कुछ थीम्स हैं जो हम यहाँ पे आपके साथ शेयर करेंगे. यू कैन आइदर हैव दीज थीम्स, यू कैन डिपेंडिंग ऑन अगेन योर स्कूल नीड, यू कैन कम अप विद योर थीम्स, बट इट्स important to have a research objective and some themes under it to understand what you're looking for when you're doing a research. So you can look for customer motivation and can have questions like, what do they want, what do they value if they are taking something, or if they're taking admission in your school, what do they value? What is the satisfaction level? Like, are they satisfied, not satisfied? What is the strength and weaknesses? Preferences, what they are preferring, what is the preference of your target segment? Is it safety, quality, affordability? If they are coming for admission, why they're coming to you? Or if they're going to going somewhere else, why they're going somewhere else? And it's also important to understand the competitive landscape. I think this is one of the important factor. It's important to understand the landscape, the area जहाँ पे आप अपनी स्कूल को function कर रहे हैं, कि बाकी और कौन से competitors हैं and what they are offering in the area, and that's how you can build your USP and present it separately. मार्केट रिसर्च के थ्रू आप कस्टमर की नीड्स को समझ सकते हैं, एंड ये कुछ ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हैं, सब थीम्स हैं जिनके अकॉर्डिंग आप अपना टूल डेवलप कर सकते हैं. जो मेथोडोलॉजी है कि कैसे आपको डेटा गैदर करना है, कैन बी थ्रू इंटरव्यूज, सर्वेज और ग्रुप डिस्कशन. इन पर्सन इंटरव्यू हो सकता है, फोन पे इंटरव्यू किया जा सकता है. Schools can create Google form and rotate it for survey where parents can fill and submit it by themselves, or it can be a group discussion also for taking the feedback. So this can be done through market research to understand your customer better. So moving on, we'll just see, can you please move to the next slide? So here we are also sharing a sample market research tool, what kind of question you can ask from your customer. But again, it's important to identify the target customer also. When you're doing a research, it's important to understand whom you are catering. So for example, are you thinking of targeting those people who are already coming to your school, understand their needs better and serve them better so they retain back and retain for a longer duration? Or like, are you trying to understand why those people who are no more sending their school kids to the school, why there's a decrease in enrollment, or what school can better do better, why they are shifting. These questions can be posed. So here you can see a sample market research tool under a few themes. First is a customer motivation and preferences. The kind of question you can ask is, what made you shift your child to the different school? What are the reasons for choosing that particular school? Is it better safety, health measures, क्वालिटी, अफोर्डेबिलिटी? सो इस तरीके के क्वेश्चन आप अपने रिसर्च टूल में इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं मार्केट रिसर्च करने के लिए. कस्टमर सेटिस्फेक्शन क्या है? अगेन आई थिंक कस्टमर सेटिस्फेक्शन इज अ वेरी क्रूशियल थिंग. सो इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट टू डू इट विद योर करंट कस्टमर्स एज वेल एज करंट पेरेंट्स एज वेल एज दोज पेरेंट्स जो स्कूल से चले गए हैं. You can ask them to rate school on the scale of 1 to 10. How satisfied they were when they were here, how satisfied they are when they are in the new school. If they are giving you some score, why they are giving you that score, why they have decided to send a school child to your school earlier if they were sending, and if they are currently sending, you can still get the answer. Why there's a transitioning out, why they are sending them to the other school. These can be some questions, and some questions related to the competitive landscape as well. What are best school in this neighborhood? कौन से ऐसे स्कूल हैं जो इस neighborhood में अच्छे हैं? आपने कहाँ से उनके बारे में सुना है? So this will also give you insight to understand how you can market yourself, what can be the medium you can use. So all these like research and these theme making and breaking it down into small question, gathering these information through different methods will give you insight only when you gather the data, break it down, analyze it, and understand what are the needs which customer, or what are the needs and wants of the customer. So here we have just understood how to make a sample research tool. Moving on, we'll just see how we are gonna, once we know, have the insight, how we can communicate it better to the customer. So there are few things which will be part of the communication. It's important to understand what your customer wants, but it's more important to understand how you're going to serve them better in future. What are the things you're going to focus on and communicate on? So here we're going to talk about 4 P's of marketing. मार्केटिंग के 4 P's के बारे में हम बात करेंगे कि इन चारों को सेंटर में रख के आप अपने टारगेट ऑडियंस को कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं अपने स्कूल के बारे में, अपने प्रोग्राम एंड सर्विसेज के बारे में. और ये आपके लिए हेल्पफुल होंगे और ये कस्टमर के लिए भी हेल्पफुल होंगे उनकी नीड्स एंड ड्राइविंग फैक्टर्स को समझ के डिसीजन बनाने के लिए. सो जो फर्स्ट फोकस होता है दैट इज द 4 P's: प्रोडक्ट, प्राइस, प्लेस, प्रमोशन. बट प्लीज प्लेज अ मेजर रोल. आपका टारगेट लोकेशन कैसा है उसी तरीके से आप अपने कस्टमर को वैल्यू कम्युनिकेट करेंगे. सो प्रोडक्ट के बारे में जब आप वैल्यू कम्युनिकेट करेंगे तो क्या क्या चीजें हैं जो आप हाईलाइट कर सकते हैं? वो आपकी स्कूल के डिटेल्स हैं कि आपके स्कूल का बोर्ड कौन सा है, कितना साल पुराना है, विंटेज क्या है, what are the different academic facilities which are available in your school, what is the pedagogy school is implying, staff quality, extracurriculum activities, other facilities which are part of the school. So you can communicate the details of the product, followed with the price. What are the prices you're offering? What are the additional benefits if a parent has to send a kid to your school? What are the additional benefit you are providing in the same price tag? Is there any facility of discount or other price related benefits? A place I have already covered that it's important to start with a place whom you're going to target, present your product and pricing accordingly, and also promote it in the right way. So promote is to highlight the facilities and to communicate effectively whatever you are providing. Many times school have a great product, good pricing, they are aware that who is the target audience, but one thing which is effective and many times quite neglected is the promotion. How you are promoting your product, price and place using the promotion medium plays a major role. So can be taken care again, a detail about the product, facilities, teachers, discount, and you can choose those effective mediums which is available with your target location. So for example, I'll just give an example. So as a school, I want to promote my school through a digital marketing, but maybe my target audience doesn't have the accessibility of internet or phone connection or different social medias, right? So my approach is failing there. My approach is failing there. So it's important to choose the right promotional tool according to your target need. So it's important to understand these 4 P's of marketing, and with the help of this, you can promote your product in the market and position your school in the market in more effective way. So right now we have just understood the theoretical bit of it. We'll just take a case study and try to explore and understand this in better way. So at Varthana, as I have mentioned earlier, that we are also indulged in a lot of academic solution work. We serve schools, we do a lot of research and surveys, a lot of data collection, data analysis. We stay in touch with schools, school leaders, parents, students. So we have done some research in past, post during the COVID and post pandemic, and they are like will be presenting some insights from those research. So जब हम रिसर्च करके समझने की कोशिश कर रहे थे कि क्या चैलेंजेस हैं जो स्कूल एंड पेरेंट्स अभी के टाइम में फेस कर रहे हैं, सो जो रिसर्च का इंसाइट आया था, फर्स्ट इंसाइट ये था कि पेरेंट्स शिफ्ट कर रहे हैं बिकॉज दे आर कंसर्न्ड अबाउट द हेल्थ एंड सेफ्टी of their children in the school. So one of the major the priority has shifted. The priority earlier was affordability, uh, facilities, teacher quality, but now there's a shift in the priority. The priority has also a health and safety concerns. The other insight was that parents are shifting more to the government school because it's free, because they feel that school is not able to add much value. So there were government schools earlier also, but there's a shift recently because of the fee. Maybe the affordability has gone down, and also the parents do not see that schools are adding much value during the pandemic. So we'll just I would like to hear it from you all. We have discussed the 4 P of marketing, how we can communicate the value through product price based promotion. I'll request you all to like think about it, spend some time, and if there is this issue of health and safety, and if you have to come up with a solution, how you're going to tackle it for your school using this 4 P of marketing. It can be one mix, two mix, or maybe all of them. How what would be your approach for your school to deal with such situation? So I'm going to run another poll here. So you can opt for your answer कि आप first case के लिए कौन से marketing mix को choose करेंगे. So please take 2-3 minutes time. Think if you have to address this issue, this parents' concern, what would you do? What would you focus on communicating to the parents? Just launch the poll. Once you come up with like once you'll decide which marketing mix you want to choose, you can have multiple also. Sorry, there is only single choice. You can opt for one option, and we can start from there. We have some votes here. I'll talk about it. Let's wait for 30 more seconds, and then we'll start. If somebody wants to share why they have opted for one particular option, you can raise your hand. We'll unmute you and you can share. So I have just published the result. So 28% of people have said product, 42% maximum people have said price. A promotion, 28% of people have said promotion. Thank you for your responses. If somebody wants to raise their hand and share why they have opted for that particular marketing mix. Please feel free to do that. You can put it in the Q&A section as well if you don't want to. Okay, so moving on, I'll just talk about the first scenario where parents have said that due to health and safety concerns, they are not comfortable enough to send the children to the school. Can we please move to the next slide? So I totally agree that promotion plays a major role, but in the first scenario, instead of price, the product was important. The concern and the preference is children's safety. So it's important to include something in the product, what you're offering, and the services you're providing, and communicate through promotion. So in product, as we have clearly identified the need that the safety and health is concerned, it's important to train your staff and school accordingly to maintain health and hygiene, follow all the important protocols, safety standards and all. And once it's at place, once you enhance and take care of all these facilities in your product or in your school, you can communicate the same to your parents using different mediums that and ensure them through the promotion that we understand these are your concerns, but all these is being taken care by the parents. And that can be again shared through social media post, advertisement, banner, pamphlet, again depending on what is more accessible, which promotion medium is more accessible for your target customer. So thank you for all your insights. For the second insight, the second case study, the scenario was that there is a shift in the school. Like parents were shifting their children to the government school in compared to the private school due to the fee, as well as they're not seeing much of value in government and private school. Let's also not forget that government schools were there earlier as well. How all of a sudden, like it's important to understand how all of a sudden they are preferring government schools over private schools. So I'm going to launch another poll. Please opt for your answers, and if somebody wants again to share, they can share it through chat box, through Q&A, and they can also raise their hand. So for the second scenario, second case, what would be your marketing mix and what would you tweak and change and why? I have launched the poll. Please respond. I'll request everyone to respond there. I'll wait for 30 more seconds to publish results. Thank you, everyone. I have published the result. Most of the people said that they need to work on the product. A few people said that price is important, and some of them said that promotion plays a major role. But let's deep dive into it and understand which of these marketing mix needs more focus and why. So here the concern is not the only the product. Like product is the concern. They are concerned about the quality of the education and all. But one of the major reason of shifting their kids to the other school is the affordability. Due to the pandemic, the affordability has gone down. शायद जो उनका expense manage हो जाता था private school का, वो कम होने लगा है. अगर product ही issue होता तो they know clearly कि government schools are not better than private schools. Here the major concern is affordability. Definitely the product, but price plays a major role here. Affordability has gone down. School can ensure rework on their affordability, maybe restructure their fees, provide some discount and waiver. Again, it can be depending on the need, or maybe through sales promotion where you open a window for some days. If somebody is taking admission in this particular duration, they can get some discount or fee waiver. So it's important to understand that whatever you're offering is matching the affordability of your target audience. Also quality, earlier they were okay paying for product quality, but there's a decline in product and quality. It's important to again reestablish and add some facilities if possible. If the facility is already there, you can just communicate those facilities in better way. So these things can be done to improve the quality. And also it's important to promote it. Like you are working on the price, you are working on the quality, but end of the day it all melts down to promotion, that how we are able to communicate effectively, do the brand building of the school and customer mind with the promotional tools to get more and more parents. So thank you everyone. I hope these case study would have been helpful to provide some insight how after doing a market research, after making a marketing research tool, gathering the data, how to come up with insight and how to utilize those insights to formulate these strategies by keeping these four marketing mix at center. So today's webinar is also with the attention of sending school back with, or organization back with some learning and some hands-on material. So we'll also have we have prepared a template to serve this better. Can we please move to the next? So we have a practice template designed specially for school that you can take these templates back with you and we'll put it in the Q&A section. We'll let you know when we'll do that. Where you can set and identify your research objective, can put down questions. Can we please have the template? On your question, what are the things you want to understand? Then if once we have understood the needs, you can come up with the insight by analyzing the gathered research data and use the marketing mix to present the same and formulate your strategies. Just take 15-30 minutes to present this template to you. This template is designed specially for today's participants. We'll be sharing this with you. जहाँ पे किस तरीके के कस्टमर से आप क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं, किस तरीके के डिफरेंट थीम्स में आप डिवाइड कर सकते हैं, कस्टमर क्या चाहता है, किस तरीके का प्रेफरेंसेस, मोटिवेशन, अगेन दीज क्वेश्चंस आर पार्ट ऑफ इट. कस्टमर सेटिस्फाई है या नहीं है, जो अपने बच्चों को वापस निकाल के चले गए हैं, जिन्होंने अपने बच्चों को विड्रॉ कर लिया स्कूल से और दे हैव ट्रांजिशनड आउट ऑफ द स्कूल, व्हाई दे आर डूइंग इट, एंड आपका मार्केट का लैंडस्केप कैसा है. So there are few questions which we have added here. If you have any additional question, you can again put it in a Q&A or you can raise your hand and share this with us. So this is a sample tool. आप अगर आपके सिनेरियो में आपको लगता है कि कोई और ऐसा सवाल है, if there is any question you want to ask, you can put it in a Q&A and you can raise your hand and share that with us. Also, once you gather the data, add your questions in the template. आप इस फॉर्मेट का यूज करके अपनी स्ट्रैटेजीज को ट्वीक कर सकते हैं. आपको एक बार इनसाइट पता चलेगा कि प्राइस पे ध्यान देना है या प्रमोशन पे या प्रोडक्ट पे. Using this template, you can put your needs, what you can serve, and communicate same to the customer. Can we please go back to the slide, and I'll request Vishala please put the टेम्पलेट लिंक इन Q&A. हम Q&A में आपके लिए ये टेम्पलेट लिंक ड्रॉप कर देंगे, आप उसे टुवर्ड्स द एंड डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. If there is someone, please will request that you can share what sort of needs you have seen in your school and how you are what kind of question you want to ask your customer. You can also put it in a Q&A. Sure, ma'am. We'll send this template here. We'll drop it in the Q&A section. Also, towards the end, we'll resurface it. Can we please move to the next slide? I'll talk about a bit about Vardhana and Vardhana's program. As I've mentioned earlier, that we also have an education solution team, and Vardhana focuses on working on holistic development of the school. So during the pandemic, we also did a lot of research and we tried customer need and what is exactly happening in the ground in different locations. So few of the insights which we were able to see, and there are a lot of data supporting that, is there is a drop in learning level. It has gone like if a student was able to do like 70 or 80% of English or maths, they were hardly able to retain only knowledge to of till 20 and 10%, which is like there's a huge learning gap, and these gaps are widening even when students are back to the school. These gaps are still there, which needs to be addressed, because that's ultimately resulting in dropping out and less enrollment, because kids are not confident enough to come back to the schools. Parents are not confident enough that it's worth putting other resources to provide them a better education. So there is a drop in learning level. There is a drop. There is increase in dropouts. So during the pandemic, again, there's a research data showing that there's a dropout increased by 3 times. So whatever it was there earlier in India, it has got increased, and that has definitely impacted the enrollment of the school. So it's important to address that learning lab. It's important to make or ensure that kids are feeling confident when they're coming to school. It's important to bring student back to the school. So we also have some program. We have designed it to ensure that for helping schools to increase the enrollment, and also help a student to feel confident and learn their previous concept, revise their previous concept. Uh, the program is Unlock School program. Can we please move to the next slide? So the program is designed with the objective to like ensure that there is a fresh academic restart, there is engagement, and also help student to learn what they have forgotten or what they have missed, or uh, it was difficult to do learning through the digital medium, and they were out of school for 2 years. So how help them to transition back to the school? Because again, I'll say we all have voted initially that there is a decrease in enrollment, and students parents are not sending student back to the school because somewhere even students are not willing, and one of the major reason is the learning gap. So the program is designed for 1 to 8th grade student. It's with the aim of providing a remedial material along with some supplementary videos in maths and English. So these are the two subjects which are which we are focusing on, because if a kid is able to do good in maths and English, it's easy for them to cope up with other subjects. The program benefit is to address the learning loss. There's a lot of push from government also to address these learning loss, and they also recommended that a school needs to start doing something to address these learning loss. Otherwise there would be impact on their learning throughout the life they're earning, and will lead to more and more dropout from the school. So this program caters the learning loss, and it helps students to build a strong foundational literacy and numeracy skill, which is again part of NEP, and a lot of emphasis is given on building foundational literacy and numeracy through NEP. ऑल्सो स्टूडेंट सेंट्रिक लर्निंग अप्रोच है ये स्कूल में बहुत टाइम तक टीचर सेंट्रिक लर्निंग अप्रोच था, एंड अचानक से पैंडेमिक आया. इट ऑल्सो इम्पैक्टेड द एंटायर स्कूल सिस्टम बिकॉज ऑफ दैट टीचर सेंट्रिक अप्रोच. Through this book, the book is designed, the program is designed in a way where a student can learn by themselves and also with the help of the teacher. It also provides equal access opportunity, opportunity to students, irrespective of the digital divide, whether they have accessibility to a digital device or not. It still serves them. And it also enables parents to be part of students' learning, which was crucial during the pandemic. For quite a long time, parents were not aware how they can indulge in. And through this program, we ensure that parents are indulging in learning with students through different activities given in the workbooks. Also, it supports teacher to do the planned revision. So I think one of the biggest factor is that teachers are also struggling and juggling between a lot of things. Like they have to complete the academic year, they also have to do the revision. Schools are shut for 2 years, and planning revision of 2 years is a difficult task. So, in a way, this program supports teachers to do a planned revision. They don't have to sit and prepare the content. It's already there in a good format and a framework which can be easily utilized to address the learning loss and teach student in better way. So these are a few of the benefits of Unlock School program. Can we please move to the next slide? So again, I'll cover a bit features. The program is of books of maths and English. These are workbooks for maths and English, which can be used at school or at home. It is built on NCRT model. The framework is NCRT. NCRT because like state board and CBSE board all take reference from NCRT to design, or all publishers take reference from NCRT to design their curriculum. The program, the workbook covers both the grades, previous grades as well as the current grade. So if there is a workbook of 5th standard, that will cover concept of 3rd, 4th and 5th. So there is a revision of 2 grades in a very systematic way. It's student centric. It's easy to understand for student, and there is teacher specific guides which is given in the program, which can be utilized by teachers to serve student better. Also, there is an inbuilt assessment again on the framework, related to framework, and there are instructions given in Hindi and English, which is again quite accessible. So these are some key features of the program and books which unlock, which we are providing. So if you are interested in enrolling this program, you can reach out to us. We'll cover about that. So we are conducting this program in all over India, pan India, for quite a long time, and we are getting great responses from school and students. So around we have onboarded around 1,000 plus school for this program. We have delivered materials to 14 states, and around conducted 600 plus trainings and launch events, and impacted learning of 3.5 lakh students all over India. So if you are interested in the program, you can reach out to us. We'll leave our contact details towards the end of the webinar. Here you can see some testimonials from our customers, students using the book, training, and some media coverage which we have got during our launches event and training events. So this is the first program which Varthana is offering, and this will play a major role for schools to enhance their enrollment and bringing back student back to the school. Can we please move to the next slide? So one of the constant struggle pre-pandemic, before pandemic, and this is gonna be remain there for parents for quite a long time as well as school, is fee collection. So we all know that one of the major concern and challenge and plus point is to do effective fee collection, and this is one thing which schools struggle throughout the year. And like many times they wait till the end of the academic year during the examination, or before the examination is the crucial time when they start getting the money, which impact their operation throughout the year. So the challenges are fee collection is always a challenge for private school. We all are aware of it. But during the lockdown, there were a lot of digital classroom which schools were conducting. A lot of resources were like implied. Teachers were teaching, but still there was lack of willingness in parents to pay fee, and there was a huge learning loss also because of all the shutdown, and digital classroom were not that effective. Parents were not seeing value in digital classrooms, and they also have shown a lot of reluctance in paying fee to the school. So school have faced a constant challenge in past, and in even in current days, current time, they are struggling to gather the fee. When the fee is disrupted, one of the biggest challenge which a school is faced to like maintain the operation effectively. As I said that maybe parents were not seeing that value, not paying the fee, but there are resources. There were teachers, there were coordinators who were working, and they were attending, and the school operation got impacted because the cash flow which was there in the school got disrupted. So these are the few challenges which school face in day-to-day life. We have a smart fee program. The program is designed with the objective to provide a free class, a stress-free cash flow, large cash flow for the school in the beginning of the academic year, without putting any pressure on parents to pay a big chunk amount of money at this point. It also ensures schools to have a regular cash flow by fixing particular dates where we'll be disbursing the amount after the collaboration. Also, there is a burden of fee collection constantly on school. Like being part of this program, that can also be like there would be a shift in the burden and sharing of the burden. So school can focus more on delivering high quality education to the student, and it also minimizes the parent burden of collecting amount, parents burden of paying the fee in one run, and school burden to gather it, that too on a zero interest basis. So smart fee program पेरेंट्स के लिए है, जिसमें पेरेंट्स के लिए है जो हम स्कूल के थ्रू प्रोवाइड करते हैं, जिसमें स्कूल के पास रेगुलर कैश फ्लो आता है और हम उनका जो कलेक्शन, जो पेरेंट्स का कलेक्शन का बर्डन है उसको शेयर करते हैं. सो बेसिकली दिस इज अ लोन फॉर द स्टूडेंट थ्रू schools. So Vatna will be providing like a zero interest free loan for the student, but with through the school. It's not a direct approach. Can we please have the next slide? So program का benefit है school को upfront cash मिलेगा. So when we'll collaborate with the school, we'll provide them the upfront cash, and there would be equal distribution of EMI, which will be collected from the parents. Future, it's important to have a cash flow, and this will also ensure school to have a predictability about the future cash flow, so they can plan their operation and work accordingly. There would be hassle-free fee collection, and it also minimizes the parents' burden, so they don't have to pay a hefty amount in one time. It can be equally distributed. It helps to have better engagement with parents. It helps schools to have better engagement with the parents, because right now the fee collection process creates a lot of hustle between parents and management, and effective operation of school, timely implementation of strategies will definitely leads to increase school credibility in the area. So by collaborating with us for this program, will add a lot of value for the student as well as parents, and help schools to resolve their fee collection issue, their operation issue, and also give parents this bandwidth of paying according to their affordability and with less burden. So once the school is collaborating with Vardhana for the smart fee program, there would be a constant ongoing support where we'll help school to help parents to register. So we'll train the staff to help parents to register for the smart fee program. Also will be in regularly touch with the school, and there would be a support line, customer care line, where parents and schools and other people can reach out for more clarification. So these supports which will be providing through or during and post the smart fee program. Can we please move to the next slide? So as again retreating back to the same thing, that learning loss is an issue, affordability is an issue, fee collection is the issue, and these are the two programs which Vardhana is offering, and we are already doing these programs to a few schools. So if any of you is interested, you can write us to hello@vardhana.com. You can reach out to us and get more information related to these programs, and if you're interested in enrolling, we can take the discussion from there. So please write to us on this mail ID.